Hello mga kaguro, this is Sir Jerry, your partner and guide in troubleshooting and working out with your documents. In this video, ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano magtali ng grades ng ating mga estudyante from the range below 75 up to 100 using Microsoft Excel. This video aims to lighten the burden in tallying the grades for 8 subjects. In our school, there's a particular report that we prepare and submit to our school head, and that is the total of pupils who got the grades ranges from below 75, 75 to 79, 80 to 84, 85 to 89, 90 to 94, 95 to 97, and 98 to 100. If we are going to compute this manually for a total of 8 subjects, it would really takes long at mahihirapan ka talaga sa pagbaybay or pag-scan ng grades, lalo na kapag medyo malabo na ang ating mga mata sa kakatutok ng ating mga laptop or PC when working with modules and other documents. Kaya mga kaguro, please watch and listen carefully because right after this video, I assure you that you can tally the ranges of grades automatically using Microsoft Excel without hassle. So, let's start. All you have to do is to open your Microsoft Excel and then just type this data here in your Microsoft Excel. Okay, first is the number of pupils and then all the subjects that you are teaching. Here in my end, I just have to put here the 8 subjects that we have because in this modular distant learning, solid po kami. So, in my section, I handle 8 subjects. So, I also prepare and give grades to my pupils for these 8 subjects that we have. And all we have to do first here is to write numbers on how many pupils do we have. Here in my end, I have 28 pupils. Okay, so I have to write down numbers 1 to 28. So in writing the numbers 1 to 28, there's another shortcut for that. You don't need to type it one by one in every cell. All you have to do is to type only numbers 1 up to 3 and then highlight, and then here in this part you can see the black cross. Okay, kung makikita nyo po mga kaguro yung black cross na ito, all you have to do is to press and hold the left key, and all you have to do is to drag it down. If you're going to check here, we have 28, so release your finger and holding the left key. Okay, if you're going to release your finger, it will automatically distribute the numbers from 1 up to 28 po. So you don't need to type numbers 1 to 28 one by one. So I hope na gets nyo po at you can try that also in your end. Here, we have to copy the grades from our class records, grades of our pupils in 8 subjects. So here in this video po, I already copied the grades of my pupils for 8 subjects. If you're going to check here, I only have numbers because I don't want to show their names in order to protect also their identity. Okay, so all we have to do here is to copy the grades from our class record and then paste it here. Okay, but here in this video, I have already copied the grades coming from my class record and pasted it already para mas madali po tayong makakatapos in tallying the grades and the ranges from below 75 up to 100. So just highlight po. Okay, just highlight and then right click and then copy. I'm going to transfer this one here. right click and then paste this number. So we already have the data or the grades from our 8 subjects. So dito po natin kinuha yon sa class record po natin. Okay, so since we already have the data or grades for our 8 subjects, all we have to do here is to write the range of grades. Okay, I prepared this one already. From below 75 to 98 to 100. Okay, and then if you can observe, we have bin. Okay, why we have this? Bin is a number with discrete intervals. Okay, if we're going to check here the range or the interval of number 75 to 79, it has 5 units of interval. Okay, and then up to 90 to 94. But right here in 95 to 97, we only have 3 units of interval, and 98 to 100. Okay, in writing up the bin, all we have to do is to get the highest grade or the highest number first in below 75. So what is the highest number below 75? Yes, 74. And then in this range, what is the highest number? 79. And then 84, 89, 94, 97, and 100. Alright, we have already encoded the numbers in our bin. Okay, all we have to do right at this time is to write the formula of frequency, because this is the formula that we are going to use in finding out of how many pupils that we have in this range below 75 to 98 up to 100. So all we have to do right here is to highlight. Okay, i-highlight lang po natin mga kaguro. Okay, from this part down to this part for us to know if how many of our pupils belongs to this range. And then right after we have highlighted, then go to formula and then click insert function, and then here in this bar just type frequency. Okay, and then just tap go. Okay, if you can check here, there's a frequency that we have to select, and then click OK. And then there's another option here that we have to put our data array and then bins array. So what is our data array here? A data array is an arrangement of numbers. Okay, in math subjects, this is our data array. The grades of our pupils from pupil number 1 up to pupil number 28. So all we have to do is to press and hold the left key. Alright. And then drag it down up to the last pupil. Okay. Then release your finger in holding the left key. Then click here in bins array. All we have to do here is to highlight in our bin from 100 down to 74. Okay, so this is a reminder, since we have already inserted the data in our data array and bins array, don't directly hit OK. All you have to do is to press and hold Control Shift and then enter. And then it will going to show you the total numbers of pupils that belongs to this range. If you're going to check, we don't have pupils who belong to ranges 90 to 94 up to 98 to 100. In range 85 to 89, we only have 2. 80 to 84, we have 11. 75 to 79, we have 14, and we have 1 pupil who get below 75. Okay, if we're going to check here if we have really counted the total numbers of pupils in this range, we have to add all the numbers from here up to this one. Okay, let's add the numbers. Then click equals, and then sum, open parentheses, highlight from the upper number down to the last number, then hit close parenthesis and then hit enter. Alright, we have here 28 pupils a total. So we have successfully tallied the number of pupils we have here in math subjects from below 75 to 98 to 100. So this is what we're going to do on the following subjects that we have from science to MAPE. Okay, so we have to do it again. Just highlight. Okay, down here in below 75, and then formula, and then insert function. And then since we have already frequency here, then let's click OK. And then the data array from science subject. Okay, just highlight it. Press and hold the left key and then drag it down from pupil number 1 up to pupil number 28. And in our bins array, press and hold the left key from 100 down to the last 74. Don't directly click OK, just press and hold Control and Shift and then enter. Alright, then it did show the total numbers of pupils coming from the range below 75 to 98 to 100. Again, we still don't have pupils in science subjects who got grades from the range 90 to 94 up to 98 to 100. And in 85 to 89 we have 4, 80 to 84 we have 9, 75 to 79 we have 14, and still we have below 75 we have 1. So let's sum it up again. Equals and then sum, open parenthesis, highlight from the first number down to the last number, close parenthesis, and click enter. So still we have 28 pupils a total. It means we have correctly tallied the total numbers of pupils in this range of grades. So still we have to tally the grades of our pupils from English down to MAPE. There's another way on writing the formula of frequency. You don't need to go to this part in formula and then insert function. You can directly type equals and then type frequency, and then it did show up here the suggestion. That's just double tap and it already shows the open parenthesis, and then all you have to do is to highlight in the grades in subject English from pupil number 1, drag it down to pupil number 28, and then click comma. In your formula bar, you can see here, just click comma, and then in your bins, just highlight from 100 to 74, and then type close parenthesis, and then Control, Shift, and then enter. Okay, so we have to do this one again. All we have to do is to highlight. Okay, from 98 to 100 down to below 75, and then type equals and then frequency, double tap, and then in English subject just highlight from pupil number 1 down to the grades of pupil number 28, and in your formula bar just type comma, and then in bins from 100 to 74 type close parenthesis. Don't directly hit enter, just press and hold Control Shift and then enter. And then there's another way we can also copy the formula from science or math to sum up also the total numbers of pupils in the subject English. So just right click and then copy, and then click here and then hit enter. So it will automatically sum up the total number of pupils from the range 98 to 100 down to below 75. Okay, you can directly copy this one by hitting Control C and then highlight from Filipino to MAPE, then hit enter. Right at this time, it tells 0 because we don't have data here. Okay, all we have to do is to highlight again in Filipino from 98 to 100 down to below 75. Don't ever try to shortcut and highlight everything here. Just only highlight single subject. Okay, and then type equals and then frequency, double tap here, and then in Filipino highlight the grades from pupil number 1 down to the grades of pupil number 28, and then type in your formula bar, comma. Next is to highlight the bin from 100 down to 74. Alright? 4. And then don't forget to write close parentheses. Press and hold Control Shift again and then hit enter. You have to do this all throughout the remaining subjects that we have. So we have to do this real quick. Highlight and then type equals frequency, double tap, and then in ESP grades of pupil number 1 down to pupil number 28, and then right comma, highlight from bin 100 down to 74, close parentheses, Control Shift, and then enter. So it did count 28, while in this remaining subject still 0 because we don't have data yet. Alright, so it did show total of 28 pupils. It means that we have correctly tallied the grades from the range below 75 to 98 to 100. And then highlight again in EPP subject. And then you can go here in formula, insert function, and then frequency in your data array. Directly click OK, just press and hold Control Shift and then enter. So we have two ways in writing down our formula frequency to tally the total number of pupils who belong to this range below 75 to 98 to 100. Okay, you can do which way do you want. You can directly type equals frequency, or you can directly go to formula bar or formula page and then insert function. Any way do you want, or you are convenient enough to work with this in tallying the grades of your pupils. So in my end, for me, the most convenient way in working out with this in tallying the grades of my pupils is to highlight and then type equal sign and frequency, and then I have to directly highlight from the grades of my pupil number 1 down to pupil number 28, and then type comma, don't forget to type comma, and then highlight from 100 to 74, close parentheses, Control Shift and enter, because I believe that is the fastest way compared to hitting the formula, insert function, writing down the data array and then the bin array. So I believe this is the fastest way, but it's up to you. Okay, and then highlight again, equal sign, then frequency, a double tap. Okay, don't forget to type comma again. And in bin, press and hold the left click and drag it down up to 74. Don't forget to write close parentheses, press and hold Control Shift and then enter. So this is how easy it is in tallying the total numbers of pupils in the range below 75 up to 98 to 100 in 8 subjects. So it's very simple, guys, and using the formula frequency we can automatically tally the grades of our pupils and to know if how many of our pupils belong to this range of grades. And we could submit this report early as possible without hassle because of the help of this very smart formula, the frequency formula. So I hope mga kaguro you have understand and you have mastered already how to um, tally the grades of your pupil from below 75 up to 98 to 100. So let's have a quick review. First, just write down the number of pupils do you have, and then just space here the subjects and then the grades of a particular quarter where you wanted to tally. And then just write it down here, the range of grades, and then write down the bin. And in working out with bins, all you have to do is to get the highest number. Okay, in below 75, the highest number is 74, and then the highest number in this range is 79 up to 100. And then highlight, then put formula of frequency. Don't forget to press and hold the control shift and enter, because you cannot directly hit enter without holding first the control and shift button, because it will not gonna work if you did not hold the control and shift button. Alright mga kaguro, I hope that this video can help you lighten up your burden at work and can minimize the effort and stress in tallying the range of grades of your pupils or students. I believe we are said and done. Again, this is Sir Jury, nagpapaalala na don't think your problem as a burden, but rather think that problem as a challenge. Happy working mga kaguro. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a great day. Keep safe and God bless you.